yet. I interned at the Louisiana Department of Health and Hospitals, the genetics program, and I worked with the newborn screening program. And my advisor was Dr. Wilson. Okay. The office that I worked at was located in downtown New Orleans, and the office is under the jurisdiction of the state of Louisiana. And so it's set up to improve the health of the people in the state. And my internship advisor was Ms. Harris, and she couldn't be here today. So a little bit of background. The program as a whole works to eliminate and reduce the mortality, morbidity, disabilities by early detection and treatment of disorders in the newborns, of every newborn that's born in the state. And there are 6 regions across the state of Louisiana, and there's an office in each region, but the main office is here in New Orleans. Okay, so for my internship, I covered competencies 1, 3, and 4. And for 1 and 3, I was, as you can see, I inputted genetic disease information based on infant healing results. And what that is every newborn that's born in the state, when they're at least a week old, their heel is pricked, and there's this, which you'll see on the other side, there's a, the blood is placed on a card and is tested for 23 different genetic diseases. And that information is then sent here to New Orleans and is evaluated. And for competency number 4, I was able to identify families who had more than one child with similar genetic diseases, and so those families would come into the office and have genetic counseling done. And so like I said, I work with the newborn heel stick, and this picture right here is basically what every newborn in Louisiana is tested with. So it has like personal information including their name, their mother's name, where they're from in the state, their birth date, their race, age, and other information like that. And so the blood is taken after birth and is placed on the filter paper and identifies 28 genetic diseases. And for my internship, I worked with sickle cell disease. And so this pamphlet is the pamphlet that's sent to every parent that their baby has a genetic disease. And so I just clicked out the one that talked about sickle cell. And so sickle cell is an inherited blood disorder that may occur in 1 in every 385 African American children. And babies with sickle cell are at risk for other infectious diseases because their parents usually don't know what's wrong with their child before they have the diagnosis, because the baby will be sick but they don't know exactly what's wrong. And many of us know that sickle cell mainly affects African Americans, but for my program I learned that a number of the babies were not deemed African American, like their information would say Hispanic or sometimes it would say Caucasian, and they would have sickle cell disease as well. And this picture shows which part of the infant's foot is pricked during the screening. Okay, so for my responsibilities, I had to create a registry for sickle cell patients born between 1992 and 2014. And all of this, most of the information was on paper because 1992 was a long time ago. And so I had to input it, into the computer. And some of it was difficult because a lot of the patients didn't live in Louisiana anymore. And some of the documents were destroyed during Hurricane Katrina. And so I had to go through, look in the database, see where they moved, and then update the information. And all this was maintained through Microsoft Excel, and it was done this way because there's a state database that everyone who works with the genetic disease program in the state can access it that way. And I would look up by demographic information and also provide a detail of the diagnosis. So like I said, I use state databases to verify information. I updated the paper filing system as a backup in case the system on the computer was to fail for some reason. And I also collaborated with staff members if find information that wasn't already online. Okay. So overall, I like my internship because I want a career that deals with the clinical aspect of public health. And so I like being able to help with diagnosing a patient based on just like a simple blood test. Then I also found that the diagnosis was not always easy because sometimes the infants had more than one genetic problem, and then sometimes the results were wrong, and so the patient had to come in to the office in New Orleans, even if they live, like say in Shreveport or somewhere far, they had to come to this office. And my biggest accomplishment was finishing the data entry because there were over 2,000 sickle cell patients in Louisiana between 1992 and 2014. I want to thank Dr. Mincy for her help during the duration of my internship, and I also want to thank Ms. Harris and the entire DHH staff for helping me during this time.
I have a question from, this is, yeah, my background is public health, so that's why I'm asking all these questions. From this experience that you had, can you take any of that back to your community where you live?
I live here in New Orleans.
You live here in New Orleans.
Yep.
So how do you plan to further your education? Are you going to be a nurse practitioner, or are you going to be a, what do you plan to do
So I
from
plan-
this point?
I plan to go on to PA school,
Okay.
and so I think this experience will help me as far as like the clinical aspect of diagnosing patients, and also understanding that, like I thought that sickle cell only affected African Americans, and so like if you had a patient, you would be more prone to think that they had something based only on their race.
Yeah.
And so I think that this experience will help me not to think that, because certain symptoms you may have that be a different race and still have that disease.
Did you find that people still have a stigma about sickle cell? Because when a person goes into a crisis, the way they react a lot of times, people try to put them in a different group. Do they still have that stigma about sickle cell? Or you may be too young to even know that?
Well, my office worked with a lot of patients were Medicaid patients, and a lot of them would have a lot of visits to ERs. And when they did more thorough investigation, like why they were going to ER, a lot of times they were going for pain medication.
Yeah,
And
because
so-
of the crisis, yeah.
So sometimes you can't really know if someone just wants the pain medication or if they really truly are in pain, because it's subjective. And so sometimes people would be cut off, I would say, even though they truly have sickle cell crisis and not just seeking pain medication.
I just have a question. Did you prick the helium?
Oh, no.
Oh, I was just wondering.
So at the office, they just sent the results to us.
Oh, okay, because I was just wondering if you could deal with a lot of blood.
She say what?
What you say?
So if you couldn't find the information on a particular patient, what was your biggest resource of finding the information?
So if they couldn't find it in the state, a lot of times they would correlate with other states' departments to find the patient and then send their old data to that state.
Okay, you said that the blood sample was able to track 24 diseases. Why did you pick sickle cell in particular?
Oh, it
I
was just
didn't
assigned to
understand the
me.
question.
Do you know what the other ones are that they screen for, Chelsea?
Oh, so I didn't put it on there, but they screen for like cystic fibrosis, PKU, other types of anemia. They screen for cerebral palsy, and they also screen for lead testing
Yeah.
in babies.